Voters in New Hampshire will head to the polls starting at midnight tonight for tomorrow's primary. Candidates spent yesterday making closing arguments all around the state. They're all vying for a top spot in what appears to be a very tight race. Former Vice President Joe Biden hopes to boost his chances ahead of the vote. He joins us now from Nashua, New Hampshire. We're checking in to see how his campaign is going. I watched you all weekend, Mr. Vice President. You said, look, it's an uphill battle. It doesn't look good. What struck me about that is most candidates never say it doesn't look good. They put on the face and say, I'm going to win, even though they know they're not. But you were out there candid about your chances in New Hampshire. Why?
Well, because I've viewed the beginning of this campaign being the first two caucuses and the first two primaries. Nothing's going to happen until we get down to a place that, and around the country where there's much more diversity. And, you know, and you're always behind the eight ball when you're running in New Hampshire if you have two people from the neighboring states. So, but I feel good about what we're doing up here.
You do feel good? Your campaign isn't having
a
Houston, we're having a problem moment. Fourth in Iowa, maybe fourth in New Hampshire. It's not a time to regroup and reassess?
No, I don't think so. Gayle, look, no one has ever won the nomination as a Democrat without getting overwhelming support from the Latino community and the African American community.
Mr. Vice President,
we're just getting into the game here.
Mr. Vice President, it's also true that no one's ever won the nomination after finishing out of the top two in Iowa and also out of the top two in New Hampshire, which, according to polls, is where you're headed. So you're making an electability pitch. If voters from these two states are not saying we want to elect this guy, why should the other voters out there listen?
Because the other voters out there represent a significant portion of the American people, and they look like America. That's the reason why. Again, look, we've never been in a contest where we had a guy like our president sitting there, and everybody, including independents and a lot of Republicans, think he has to go. Look, we're just getting going. You got to get 1,900 delegates or more, and this is just getting started. And I've said that from the very, very beginning. And I feel confident about where we are. We're raising money. For example, I just got a number of additional endorsements. The Black Caucus in Michigan just endorsed me in this period. A number of the major unions, the IBEW, have endorsed me since I was. So I don't see any diminution in national support. I'm still leading nationally, and so the idea that this is, you know, if you come in third or fourth in the first two primary or caucus in a primary, that knocks you out of the box. We're just getting going.
But Mr. Vice President, you appear to be bleeding support from moderates, particularly in our latest poll to Pete Buttigieg in New Hampshire. You've stepped up attacks on him, saying he's no Obama. Do you think you've underestimated him, and do you regret not attacking him more directly sooner?
No, look, I was responding to him saying that Obama and we're part of the problem. Remember, everything he said up until now is that we inherited this problem. It was predictable. We're in real trouble. This all came from the recent past. And I'm very proud of the work I did with Barack. I'm very proud of the work I did in handling the Recovery Act, $900 billion. I'm very proud of bailing out the automobile industry, which I get significant credit for. I'm very proud of the things we did. And I just want to make it clear that he's wrong about the recent past. 8 years of Obama-Biden was a good 8 years. We got us out of a ditch. We got us out of a hole. We were moving forward. But he talks about it like it's all been a failure. That's I'm responding to his attacks on the failure of an administration, which I think did a damn good job.
You seem to be saying that this race is actually...
I'd think that.
You seem to be saying that this race is actually bigger than politics. I've heard you're one of the few, I think, that talks about the moral center of this country. What do you mean by that?
What I mean by that is, look, this goes beyond just whether a Democrat can win. This goes beyond replacing a man that, in fact, has just absolutely battered the soul of this country. After those folks came out of the fields, Gayle, and down in Charlottesville, I wrote an article for the Atlantic magazine saying we're in the battle for the soul of America. Look at what he's doing. Look at the budget he just submitted. He eviscerates Medicare. He eviscerates food stamps. He goes after all the things that affect the people that are the reason why I'm running for office in the first place. And the way he talks to people, he belittles people, he makes fun of them, he focuses on any infirmity they may have, as physical or otherwise. This is not who we are. And think about this, not a joke. How many times do you know people that are friends of yours who have literally, when he comes on the air, take their children away from the television? We are in the battle for the soul of this country. We are not the country he makes us out to be. And it's hurting us internationally and nationally, this politics of division. And I'm about uniting the country, bringing everyone together, brown, black, poor, wealthy, Democrat, Republican. This goes beyond the Democrat winning.
Very divided.
We have to do this.
Mr. Vice President, the president's also been going after your son. And Lindsey Graham told CBS News the Justice Department is vetting information from Rudy Giuliani about your son's work in Ukraine. Are you concerned a federal investigation may be launched?
From Rudy Giuliani.
Are you concerned a federal investigation may be launched? Are you concerned a federal investigation?
No, look, I expect Trump to do the same exact thing he's been doing. Why has he been attacking me from the beginning? Why did he risk, and he should have been impeached, why did he risk getting convicted by going to a foreign leader to say, you don't have to give me anything on Biden, there's nothing to get, just tell me that you're going to investigate him so I can hurt him? Have you ever seen a sitting president as concerned about a single nominee and trying to stop a nominee?
Do you think your son is fair game, Mr. Vice President? Do you think your son is fair game here?
His son or my son?
Your son, Hunter.
I don't think our sons are fair game at all. No one has said he's done anything wrong except the thug Rudy Giuliani. Come on, Rudy Giuliani, a character witness.
Mr. Vice President, speaking to voters the last 2 weeks, many of them brought up the fact that they thought Hillary Clinton had baggage back in 2016. Some of them point to you and the Ukraine issue and say, true or not, it's baggage, it's a political vulnerability. Somebody who doesn't have that baggage at current juncture is Mike Bloomberg, who is surging in some polls. We've got a CBS Tracker poll that says 37% of voters, of Democratic voters in New Hampshire say they would consider Mike Bloomberg. So my question to you, how concerned are you about the rise of Bloomberg?
I'm not concerned. By the way, the only baggage he has is all that money, man. He's already spent $300 million on advertising.
But there are questions about how much money you have. I mean, money is a strength, too. Money is a strength, too, Mr. Vice President.
I have enough money. We've been raising about $500,000 a day.
So your campaign is not running low on cash, as some people are reporting?
No, it's not. At least not till today. I hope you guys help it out a little bit here.
All right, Mr. Vice President. Thank you very much. We appreciate it. Good luck campaigning today.
Thanks for having me. I appreciate it a bunch.